Community, this is MudGeek back with another Madden 24 Ultimate Team video, and today we are going to talk about the Season 1 strategy cards that are in the game right now. The strategy card situation is very different than it was in Madden 23, and we're going to go over the changes that we've seen and also which ones I think that you should be taking a look at to get on your squad. Real quick though, I am a fan of the FTA theory, or for the algorithm. Basically means every like, comment, and subscribe from this video, the more viewers like yourself this video gets pushed out to. So if you do enjoy this video or find it helpful, hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you can see my daily videos, and turn that notification bell on so you can be alerted of when I drop new content. We're going to set a like goal of 25 on this video. Greatly appreciate the support. So when you go over to the strategy section of your lineup, there are now 6 slots for you to put strategy cards in here. There is the offensive and defensive ones like last year. There is the program or promo specific ones, which we don't have anything out yet for. The team affinity ones. There is this hybrid one, which is interesting. We haven't heard any information on what this means yet. And then there's a new coach strategy card. There is still a coach spot over here all the way on the right with the visuals, but this is a separate strategy card for each team for the coach. And this also boosts the members of that team. So I actually don't have a coach or a team affinity one. I was poking around in the auction house earlier. I do have the offensive and defensive one from the pre-order that I got. So I picked the run and gun and then also the deep coverage for free safeties. Honestly, I wasn't really a fan of any of them for the ones that they gave us to pick from. I may just buy a new one, honestly, and replace it because I don't like the fact that it only helps out free safeties for this defensive one. And then this one helps out QBs for throwing the run and throw power. So that's not too bad. Especially where it's much easier to run the ball with the quarterback outside the pocket before throwing compared to last year in Madden 23. All right, so let's go take a look at the auction house and take a look at some of the strategy cards in there. That's going to be the easiest way to get a strategy card if there is a specific one you're looking for. There is an offer in the store, which I'll show you guys in a little bit too, but I don't really recommend that at this point. Strategy cards aren't really like a coin making method at this point right now in the game because they're just not that great. They have tuned them down compared to last year. We only have common strategy cards and uncommon strategy cards at the moment right now. And if you go over to type and then go to strategy, then you'll be able to take a look at the strategy cards that are available in the store. There is no filter right now at the moment for common or uncommon, unfortunately, so you get all the cards there. You can do a search for a specific one if you want. So if I'm looking for my Dolphins team affinity card, then I can just start typing in Dolphins and I'll get the common cards that are here. There is no uncommon from what I have seen so far. So I did type in a bunch of teams earlier and I did not see any green uncommon strategy cards for any of the teams. So I cannot confirm that there are definitely not any available. This is also 2 days before the game actually goes live. So it's possible they could just come out on the live date, but I'm actually going to purchase this Dolphins one since I'm going to want that one anyway. That's going to give me 1 extra Dolphins chemistry, which will make building my theme team easier. It's only 1 chemistry, but I'll take it. There's a slot for it, so I'll put it in there. And then I am also going to want the Mike McDaniel strategy card as well. So that boosts all of my Dolphins players. So you can see there's a Mike McCarthy card, which gives +1 to break tackle for all players. Mike McDaniel's card gives +1 to run block for all the Dolphins players, so I'm going to snatch this up. So if you're building a theme team, whether that's a full 50 out of 50 or 25 out of 50 theme team or a 25 plus 25, because we can do that now. 25 plus 25 theme teams were super popular in Madden 22. They were not nearly as popular last year because of the fact that the first speed boost came at 40 team chemistries, whereas it's always been 25 in years past. Another way I like to filter through to see some of the best strategy cards is just simply filtering by descending instead of ascending so that you get the most expensive ones up top. It doesn't always work. Obviously, this is not worth 55,000 coins. So you can see play fake, which gives +2 to play action for your quarterback. That actually says halfback on the card. That should definitely say quarterback. That's interesting. There's this deep route specialist, which gives +2 to release for your wide receivers. Heavy blitz +2 to pursuit for just the left outside linebacker. I can't even read what that says, but that gives +2 to zone coverage for just your free safety. The let it rip one gives +1 to throw power and +1 to throw accuracy deep for your quarterback. In the zone, gives +2 to zone coverage for all cornerbacks. This is probably one of the best ones, especially if you like to play zone coverage, because of the fact that it affects multiple players. I don't like this free safety one because it only affects one, maybe two players, whereas the cornerback one is likely going to affect at least three, potentially four, depending on how many corners you use. There's also a man coverage version of that for the ball hawk, which is an interesting verbiage since ball hawks usually are in zone coverage, not in man coverage, but we're not going to talk about that. Gives +2 to man coverage for all of your cornerbacks. I really like the ones that give boosts to multiple players that play the same position. There's this wide receiver one where he took a look at. Juke move, +2 to juke move for your running backs. Heavy hitter, which gives +2 to hit power for your middle linebackers. This one right over here, the reel in, which is +2 to catch in traffic for all of your wide receivers. This is probably my favorite offensive one, honestly, and I may actually just go and buy that. So if you see one that you like, then I would recommend not just buying it here, but going into the search tab and typing it in to see if you can find one that's cheaper. And we'll see if we are able to. And yes, we're going to filter back by ascending. So I could actually get this for 11,500 coins, which honestly, not too bad. So I'm going to take that and equip that in my squad. So all my wide receivers get +2 to catch in traffic. Again, obviously not what it was like last year in Madden 23, but this is a start. These strategy cards will develop, and we will likely get new strategy cards that have additional boosts. We'll eventually get rare strategy cards, maybe for Season 2, which I think is going to be coming out in the beginning of October. But for now, I'll take +2 to catching traffic for my wide receivers. And let's go back and see if I can find a defensive one that I like, although I'm probably going to go with the cornerback one for man coverage. I generally play both man and zone, but I feel like the attribute boost for man coverage is going to help a little bit more. So that one was called Ball Hawk. There was one more for pass rushers that I liked. I think it was called Bull Rush, actually. Let me just type that in here because I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Easy to remember since there was one last year as well. Yeah, so this gives +2 to power moves for your defensive ends. So keep that in mind that it does have to be a defensive end. Left end or right end cannot be an outside linebacker or defensive tackle. It's only going to affect your defensive end. So depending on who you actually use as your pass rushers, this may or may not help you. But again, I personally think the ball hawk and in the zone ones are the best ones right now on defense. So I'm going to go out and buy one of these ball hawk ones. Hopefully I can get that one also for around 12,000 coins. Not looking so good. 19,000 coins is the lowest one for that. All right, I will take that. Probably don't need to be buying strategy cards when I have a 77 overall squad right now, but I'm going to need them eventually anyway, so I'll grab these. And if you're wondering why I have so many coins and points, since I am no money spent, I spent about half of my points that I got for my pre-order from the deluxe edition that gave me 4,600 points. I just bought like some of those platinum packs that were available, and I'll save the rest for when I can get more platinum packs. I generally do those when I have free points. I'm not a huge fan of buying packs with points. So at least I get some guaranteed coins, which is why I have 280,000 coins right now. All right, so we are back into the strategy cards here and seeing if we can see anything else that might be good. I think we already talked about the juke move and trucking for running backs. If we didn't, then yes, there's +2 to trucking for running backs called Out My Way. And then there's on the move for +2 for juke move. We've seen these already. There's +2 to play rec for middle linebackers called Mind Reader. +2 to pursuit for strong safeties only, hot pursuit. This one's interesting. The Iron Wall only helps out left tackles for +2 for pass block. Really wish there was an offensive line one. If there was an offensive line one, I would definitely use that one probably, since that affects 5 players. And there's one for right tackle for +2 for run block for pave the way. And it's looking like that is probably it. And then you can see the other coach ones that you may want to look into. So let's go over to my lineup and add those strategy cards I just put in, make sure everything works okay. And after I put in my new strategy cards, I will go over to the store and show you guys the offer that is there. If you do want to spend some coins to test your luck, add some strategy cards, but honestly, they're not really selling for a ton, so I don't think it's really worth it. And I don't have any promo ones, obviously, here. We do have our Dolphins Team Affinity one and the Mike McDaniel coach one, which again is going to give +2 to run blocking for all of our Dolphins players. Definitely curious to see what this hybrid one is. Not sure what that's going to look like. Hopefully we find out more information on that when the actual launch for Madden 24 goes live. All right, let's go take a look at the store offers for the strategy cards. And 7,500 coins for a strategy card, which gives a random, common, or better strategy cards. I do not recommend this at all. You would be wasting your coins if you went out and bought a strategy card for 7,500 coins that maybe sold for 2,000 coins, maybe. Definitely not worth it in my opinion. Stay away from that. But that is it for today's video, guys. Just wanted to get in here and take a look at the strategy cards for Madden 24 for the day one launch and go over some of the ones that I think are the best. Again, the catching traffic +2 for wide receivers or the release +2 for wide receivers are personally what I think would be best. If you want to go with one of the running back ones, either juke move or trucking, depending on your play style, then you could do that. And then there is also the let it rip for quarterbacks. It gives +1 to throw power and +1 to deep route accuracy, maybe. I forget what the other one was, but you could go with those for offense. And then on defense, I would definitely recommend the +2 for man coverage or +2 for zone coverage. So that'll be either the ball hawk for man or in the zone for zone coverage, or the bull rush one for pass rushing for defensive ends. Each of those gives +2 to those attributes, and it's +2 to power move for the defensive ends on the bull rush one. But that is it for today's video, guys. I hope you did enjoy it or found it helpful. And if you did, hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you can see my daily videos. And thank you for watching this video.